Do you know how far you hit your golf ball? And more importantly, do you know how far you need to hit your golf ball? In this short series, that's exactly what we're going to help you do. We've teamed up with the guys at Milessey, and I can't thank them enough. I've been using this all year and I absolutely love it. These are fantastic rangefinders. They work with slope, they're waterproof, they do everything you want them to do. And today we're going to show you how to put them to the test, as well as tomorrow and the day after. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button, guys. We are giving a couple of these away as well, so you're going to want to be subscribed. Throw a like on this video and comment below randomly how far do you hit your 7-iron, and don't tell me it's 150 yards. So we're here at Sharjah Golf Club today, a world-renowned golf course that has hosted many a professional tournament. We're off the black tees and we have Mr. Dennis with us. Chris, how are you?
Very good. Yourself?
Very good, thank you. I never knew you were left-eye dominant. A rather interesting one. But so what are you doing here, Chris? What would you do off a tee with a rangefinder? Because a lot of people wouldn't know what they're doing here.
Again, for me here, I'm seeing how far the corner is and how far it runs out. So I know this is a dog leg. I actually used to work here around about 7 years ago. So I know that this is a dog leg. Back in the day, I used to go for the green. Probably not the best play for here. So I'm trying to use my rangefinder to get the end of the fairway, to see what the trees are. So am I going to run out with a driver? Is that the right club for me to hit? And it is saying it's 322 yards to reach those trees. So I could pretend that I'm going to hit it 322 yards, but realistically I know I'm going to hit it around about, a good one should be around 290 to 300. That would leave me short of the rough and have the perfect angle in. I have also gone for the edge of this corner. It's 250 yards to get around the corner, but it's talking there about risk and rewards. So when I was on tour with tour players doing a little bit of caddy and a little bit of coaching, one big thing we would look, right, is it worth the risk? Yes, maybe I can carry my driver over 250 yards, but if I don't quite get it, is it going to be worth it? Here it isn't, so I'm just going to play straight down the fairway, and I'm sure James will follow me.
Absolutely, and that's a really important factor, guys. You need to know how far your clubs go when you hit them well and when you don't hit them so well. Today we are playing a better ball scramble. Tomorrow you will see us play a worse ball scramble, so it's imperative we know the yardages. And then the day after we're going to play, for me, the worst golf format ever, foursomes. Chris, lead us away.
Worst format ever.
Foursomes with me, how happy are you about that?
Well, you played well yesterday, so I'm not too disappointed.
That is a great shot.
It's a bit tighter than I wanted it to be, but
it's a good job you Millessey'd that corner.
Yep, so that's a good miss there. I have blocked that, but obviously I know that I can get past there. I aim down the middle, maybe leaked it a little bit right, but that should be in position A.
So really interesting there that Chris actually gave himself a much wider target area by Millesseying that tree. I'm going to go down the left, try and hit a bit of a fade. The wind's off the left as well. That's moving a bit further, Chris. That might be in the trees. It's a good job today we're playing better ball, and tomorrow is the worst ball. So as mentioned, guys, we have teamed up with the guys at Milessey for this series. This is the Milessey P... Where does this even go on this bag? There. This is the Milessey PF1. I've really enjoyed this year. What I've really enjoyed about it is just how simple it is. It gets the yardage, it can go in meters, you have slope on here, it's waterproof, and you get this gorgeous cover as well. So if you are in the market for a rangefinder, go check out Milessey. They have some really good value ones, and they are giving away a couple of PF1 rangefinders. All you have to do, go over to their Instagram, give them a follow, throw a like on this video, subscribe to this channel, and guys, get in the comments below, how far do you hit your 7-iron? And let me guess, is it 150 yards? Now get back to the video, let's enjoy it, let's give you some tips on how to use your rangefinder better. So what we're saying is, Chris, mine's either perfect or dead.
I'm favouring towards dead.
255 carry, we'll see. So Chris, mine was up in the trees there, but yours is in the perfect position. Yeah. What do we have here on the Milessey?
We have, I've got it, 139 to the flag.
139, what is it with slope? Is it the same, pretty flat?
Yeah, it's flat. And again, that's one thing that you need to take into account, because sometimes it might look like it's got no slope and you might have got 2 or 3 yards, and then you really need to think about your carries there. Again, just getting quickly the front number, we know it's 120 to carry that, so I'm thinking a club now that's going to get over that front number and get over the trouble.
Yeah, we're also going to incorporate the wind here as well, so the wind obviously being downwind is going to affect the distance. I know that seems very simple, but it's something which so many people sometimes don't think about. It's a low one. Is it going to be the right distance? Distance is key. That's just taking a skip over the back, piling the pressure on me. Right, was that down to strike more than club, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's the right club. It was just a poor strike there.
Not a bad strike, just to the right.
Yep.
So
Pretty
immediately
high.
flag high, a little bit to the right, not the best direction. It's going to be a birdie putt. We don't put the divot back, do we? And this is why for me it's so important to know your distances and know the elements, because Tiger Woods has always said flag high baby to his caddy. I believe it was Stevie Williams at the time. If you flag high, generally you know you're striking the ball well that day and you know how far the ball's going. Sometimes it's better to be flag high and a little bit right and a little bit left than being at it but short and not knowing the correct distance. So many people get that wrong. About a foot outside right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Green's in fantastic condition here as well.
Go on, man.
Oh, that's a great pull. No,
Go on.
low,
Go on.
I think.
Go on! A little bit tame after I got your flag high.
Yes, I do apologise.
Right, pretty simple tidy up for a par on the opening hole. And just by knowing our distances, I feel that we're in a much better position to start making some birdies in better ball or worse ball. So second hole here at Sharjah Golf Club, par 4, and we have water in front of us. How far is it to the water, Chris?
So we're looking at 250 straight on. To the left, the last tree is at 220, so hopefully we're not going to go left. But really there now I'm trying to play a shot that's going to be between 220 and 250. Don't want to go past that. So
you're telling me to put this away?
So yes, exactly. Normally what you do is grab your driver, but for me there, we're probably going to hit, I'm going to hit a 7 wood. James might hit...
Hybrid. The hybrid, the elusive.
And
this is where it's really interesting. Chris's time on tour was very interesting. We speak about it quite often, and you will see tour caddies take out rangefinders such as the Milessey PF1 and then jot down in the notebook. And in today's video and tomorrow's video, we're going to go through exactly what's written in those notebooks, what is top secret, and why can you use slope sometimes and not others. Chris, I'll let you lead us away. I'm going with the Dave Harrison, the mini driver. That is a great shot. See, that is on line with the water, isn't it? So if you would have hit driver and not checked your distance properly there, then you would have been in trouble. I'm going to just fade a mini driver. 250 should be absolutely fine with this. I feel like I can keep this nicely in play. I'm going to start it at those trees on the left. They were 220, Chris, did you say?
Yeah, 220 for that last palm tree.
And fade back in.
That should be perfect.
And it does give you more confidence when you know exactly how far you need to hit it when you do have a target out there off the tee. Sometimes it's easy just to look at a hole, get your driver out like I probably would have done here, to be honest, if we hadn't have checked the distances, and try and attack it. Golf isn't always about attack. Sometimes you have to be a bit more pragmatic. There's a word.
Oh, here we are.
Pragmatic. So this has worked really nicely. You can see Chris has pitched here and finished here, but the reason why I'm picking it up is because mine is the perfect distance just up there. And it's really interesting because this is a series I've wanted to do for quite some time. It's something what if golfers learnt more of, how far do you hit the ball, how to use a rangefinder such as today, you could save yourself so many shots without tweaking your swing, without having lessons, without having to change your backswing and your follow through and your swing thoughts.
You've put me off now, so I'm left eye dominant.
What you got?
I have got 151.
151, perfect.
So a nice 8-iron, I think. Right, an easy 8-iron I'm going to go for, James. Hopefully better than the one on the first.
That is delightful. Drawing a bit on the wind, but be good for distance. Great shot.
That'll do.
Flag high, just what we want.
Better, look at that.
Ooh, lovely. Where did you come from?
It wasn't there on the first. Come on, turn.
Come on.
That's a great shot.
Come on. Oh, come on. I keep going for my divot and you're not supposed to put them in, are you? So a good shot from Chris there, just to the left-hand side, but a tiny bit short. And as we said, flag high always wins. Really, really, really happy with that. was just a nice 8-iron. As we get through this series, we're going to talk about how different shot shapes can affect distance as well, because that's something which in lessons I see so often people don't really understand, how a fade can go as far as a draw, or a draw can go a little bit further depending on your impact factors. And just understanding that can be the difference between having a 10-12 foot putt like we have here, or a 40 foot putt like we would have had from where Chris was. Chris, I'm taking no prisoners.
It's out. It means business.
Outside right.
Yeah. Good pace. There you go.
I believe that is an own ball birdie, by the way.
It is, you're right.
Guys, comment below what are we going to shoot throughout this series. 3 holes better ball, 3 holes worse ball, and 3 holes foursomes.
Oh.
Must admit, a gorgeous golf course here at Sharjah as well. This played host to the Senior Masters, I believe, on the European Tour.
The Sharjah Senior Masters.
Back
3
in
years.
back in the heyday.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 under par. I feel like we could do with another birdie on this better ball series, so we can get ahead for the worst ball, because the worst ball we could shoot anything. That is not what I wanted to see. I'm parched.
So what are you doing wrong there, James?
So the good news is, Chris, we've got 155 yards, playing 158 yards. I know where the wind's going from, but how often do you see people do this? Where are we stood here? We're stood by the buggy. It happens so often. Then you go, oh, well, I might just add a yard or 2. Now, if you know how far your club's going, you've spent the money on a Milessey PF1, why would you not just go up to the tee, maybe take a couple of clubs? That's what you could do. So I know it's going to be 155 from here. I'll get my 6, my 8. It's going to be further. It might play a little bit more. Then look how steep this gradient is. We're walking up to the tee. So many tee boxes are raised, and that'll make a huge difference, which is why if you have a rangefinder with slope and you are playing in an event that allows you to do so, then I would use it. So what do we have from up here? I thought it would have been more. Looking at the angle of how I've walked up, I would have added 5 yards, played it at 160, playing 165, when realistically between the markers we have 156 playing 156, because the gradient is now the same as opposed to being down on the path. I know that the front edge is playing 138 and I know the back edge is playing 175. So I've got a window now of 138 to 175, which is all green. This looks like a very difficult approach shot, but realistically, if I have that window of yardage, I feel like I can definitely hit that with a chippy 6-iron. I would have been tempted to use 8-iron, but 8-iron is a kind of 155 club for me. I have to really hit it well to get there, but I want to hit the green. So the window of 138 to 175, I know this 6-iron will hit the green. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to aim at that rock, Chris, and just cut it off.
I like it.
It's not a full one, it's just a really nice manufactured one. Like that. That is all over it. Be the club. Thank you. Chris, what are you going with?
I'm going to go 8-iron, so it should be about right for me.
You hit it a little bit further than me, don't you?
Only a little bit. So I'm just going to go straight at this one.
Draw it in nicely.
Yeah, it's coming in.
Yeah, lovely shot. Flag high on the right hand side of the green.
Flag high again.
Very good. And it's amazing how often we are hitting it flag high because we know the yardage. And I do get lazy sometimes and don't take the yardage. Then I hit a shot, think, oh, I've hit that really, really well. I get the yardage with the Milessey and I go, oh, stop being so lazy. If you've done that before, guys, comment below and let me know. Did it cost you a match, or did it cost you worse, a pint against your friend? So when we do talk distances, often people want to refer to total distance. You can see there, my ball's pitched the exact yardage I wanted it to. It was a bit of a low flight with a 6, but it did hit the green. It finished exactly where Chris was stood there, so that was my window of opportunity, like I said. And for me, that's worked out. I've hit the green in regulation, giving myself a chance. Chris has just hit a better shot.
There, you're inside tour average as well, so it's a good shot. Yes, mine's a little bit closer on this occasion, but if you was just playing your own ball, you'd have took that.
And that's something which a lot of people don't think about, Chris, with tour averages. How good do you have to be, and how good are the best players in the world? Oh, go on! Oh, he's raced it past.
It was positive.
Very positive. Just outside left. Take her out, Chris.
I'd say it's probably right half. Flag out. Robinson means business. fault, it was another one.
Oh, guys, that is 1 under par on the opening holes here at Sharjah Golf Club using the Milessey PF1 for a better ball. Stay tuned tomorrow, we're going to talk through more tips on how you can use a rangefinder to help you improve your game. And we're now going to play worse ball. This could get interesting. Arguments incoming.
You better believe it.